Hello guys and welcome back to SevTech Ages. In this episode we will start with some ore melting. I've done a lot of gameplay playing offline or off-cam. So I will show what I've done, and we will also get into some smelting, and let's see how much we can fit in today. So first thing first, we built these last time. I don't think you have to use these because the next step is to make the alloy kiln. I haven't done it yet, so we'll see if we have time today, but we don't need to use it just yet because I want to make some ores into copper and tin ingots. So first I need some porcelain stuff. Let me get those crafted right away. Alright, we have our 20 bricks that we needed. I wonder if I did one too many. Yeah, I did 21. So what we need is these faucets. 2 of those, or need. I want to have 2. And 2 casting basins, and these works very much like the ones from what do they call? Tinker's Construct, where we smelt things. So the next step is to output them. We will put them here, I think. So we need a chest in the middle, and we also need a chest up there. So let's make 3, right? Oh, not a button. So the top one goes here, and this one goes here, and perhaps this is everything that we need. So let's see. 1 hopper goes there, and 1 goes here, and 1 goes here. You can of course have only one side, but I wanted 2 because let's take a few of these and throw them in here. Now we can throw them here. 5 of copper, and then perhaps 3 of those. And I just want to do this so I can dump stuff in here as I go along. And right now I will manually empty them, but it will still be faster to have them preloaded. This one can't contain too much. It can smelt 3 at a time, but we can have, let's see, capacity 16 ingots. So almost 2 blocks can be in here, and I will output them manually. And from this basin, very much like in Tinker's Construct, we can output like that, and it will jump into the hoppers and then into the finished chest. So pretty much like that, and then we can see we have the tin here, molten tin. So I can decide that I want tin on this side, and when I have 9 of them, they will just be dumped out here. So that's some basic automation. Pretty simple. Let's just throw all my stuff in here. And then I empty them every once in a while when I need a block. Of course I need to feed them with some charcoal down here. I should have some, yeah, made low-grade charcoal. And I can grind it into proper charcoal, both for torches and for this. And making that very simple. Dump my wood in here, and I will get low-grade charcoal directly here. Alright. Perfect. Let's take a sleep and then go out. Okay, so out here I've been doing a lot of pretty much basic vanilla farming. Building these cobblestone walls and make some plants or farming. But as you can see, I have lots of farms here. But in age 1 we shouldn't be able to transport water. So I have worms, or at least I had worms, or not me, but I placed worms here, and they can they can keep the soil, what's it called? Moist, so things can grow. But now nothing is growing anymore. So at least it's a good place to a good way to get started with a farm. Eventually we'll have some sort of, I don't know, water up here, but not right now. So we can do, perhaps they only last as long as it takes to grow the things. I don't know. Hey. And I actually read somewhere that eggs can be turned into chickens if you leave them on the ground. Throwing them has a less of a chance. See? Or no chance. Raw egg. So dropping them might spawn a chicken. I only had one. I only found one. So at least I have a few more of those. And brought some cows. You know, basic farming. Because now I need my grinder up and running again. So perhaps I'll start with a 6-pack of them, and we need something to work it. Nope, my guess was wrong. No eggs here turned into chickens. So I guess I need to go find some. But these can grow. They make good steaks. They're a bit loud and such, but they produce a lot of food. So they can be good to have within range at least. So let's go and take a look at the smeltery. So in here we can see that we have copper, lots of it. So let's fill this one up. It will go up to 1 block and then automatically be output into the chest. And that means that we can actually start working with it. We have almost 1 more block, so that's perfect. So block of copper. So what can we do with that? Well, let's take a look here. The first thing we need is a mallet. And that mallet is, I think it's quite easy to make. Give me some smooth stone. If I remember correctly, it's no. I tried to remember. Didn't I do that? Oh, sorry. And the next thing we need is a few stone slabs. And not like that. Like that. It wasn't too far off actually. So like that, and let's we have full bags. Stone anvil, and we'll put it in here. I think that's the best place to have it. That's a good place. And it's actually quite easy to use. Right click to place your block of copper, and then simply right click with the mallet. And now we have ingots. It's actually that simple. So I will do this for both, get some ingots for both copper and tin, and then I can make bronze. Perhaps I can use the clusters directly, but we'll see about that. So another good idea I read about, but I experienced it while I made this slope. I just expanded this a bit so I can have a better path to walk up here. Instead of using a shovel, you can use trowel instead, or trowel, I don't know. But when digging with that, quite often you get these worms. And it's just as fast as a normal shovel, I guess, so it's not too bad. And in these strainers that we used before, you put the worms inside with a fisherman's strainer. Just canes and a net, and canes are, well, there are plenty of them. And this one will gather fish for you and some other useless stuff. Wines, perhaps. I think I've seen it in something. I don't know. But lots of fish, and so that's what I was after. Also, something to use the worms for. Use the bait pot. It's not too bad. Only a small net and a flower pot. So yes, some clay. It will make the worms last much longer. So I have quite a lot of fish here and here. Yeah, this does not break. It's only limited by the worms, so perhaps you only need one. But you'll get plenty of fish and food, so that part is totally covered for probably the rest of the series. No more food problems. So let me go and show you where I do my mining these days. If you come with me. Thanks. Remember the first vein I was about to dig up and I failed? Well, it wasn't too bad. I had to look it up it was over here. So within this chunk I dug down, and actually it's on this side of the hill up here, and straight down, and the dowsing rod will only search for 48 blocks, but the ores were down. I think now we're like 75, 80 or something. Perhaps even higher, 85, 90. So down from here to the ore vein is actually too far down. So what you can do is, if you find veins or clusters on the surface, then you can dig down in the center, and basically when you come down, just go straight to the sides, keep your shank borders turned on, and then you can use your dowsing rod closer to the edges, and eventually you will find the cluster. So I even just made an ugly bridge, but it's very useful for horses since they don't care much for water. And then I think it was in this area or direction. Yeah, this should be it, I think. So let me just tie you to a post. Let's see, here is some azurite, and as you perhaps remember, azurite is also copper. And I think that we also have some coal here. Yep, coal sample. So down here I have a small mine where we can, what direction was it? Well, down here I have the mine where I get coal, and I don't even find the entrance. Alright, it's down there. I don't recall the way down. But I have copper down here, so this is where I'll go. And I also found out that this huge meteorite also has some copper in the center. So, good mine, quite close actually to, let's see if we take a look at here. We have the village down here that I was in before, and I also make sure to place them on the map. So I have a few places that I found. So ores for some time is not a problem either. Alright, so the final thing we'll do today, because we're getting some ingots. This is very good. And we have just a minor things, nothing really game breaking right now, but hunting mobs is dangerous. And it's quite convenient to have an orderly way to do it in. So stone sword, oak wood, this will give you some hunting dimension frames. It's also an advancement, this one. And it works like a mining world that you perhaps have seen before. How many is it that you need? 4, 8, I think 12. So I wonder where we should put this. And right click it with your sword will open the portal. And this is probably, well, let's try. Can we? Yeah, I don't know why, let's try a few times. Now this is dangerous. Let's make some protection here directly. Yeah, you see, this is not a good place to be in. Alright, good enough for now. I'll come here later and hopefully have a slightly larger starting house here. But this is where we end today. Next episode will take some time to produce because we're going away for 1 week, the family vacation. But I hope I'll see you when we get back. So take care and bye-bye.